Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Bringing you the news from Sri Lanka and across the world, it's your national news broadcast on Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. My name is Siobhan Pereira.
And I'm Natalia Veeravardhana. First, let's take a look at the headlines for tonight.
The President says new scientific experiments should directly contribute to the ease of living condition of the people and to enhance the national economy. A complaint to the Colombo Central Crime Investigation Division requesting to implement law against Sagara Karyavasa. Review report of the Negombo prison clash handed over to the President. His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit enlightened regarding reforms and current activities of judicial and prison sector. Heavy downpours of more than 100 millimeters in number of areas. Several sea areas also remain rough. Umesh Taranga reaches the top spot in men's javelin throw world rankings. Minister Bimal Ratnayaka says that the public will be facilitated to refer to assets and liabilities declarations of people's representatives. First stage of the third term in government and government-approved private schools to end tomorrow. Muslim school term to be over by 2nd of next month. 100 lives lost in Indian floods and landslides.
Hello there and welcome. Now in your top story tonight, President Anurakumara Dissanayake stated that new scientific research must directly be contribution to making people's lives easier and boosting the national economy.
The President made these remarks yesterday at the Presidential Secretariat while participating in the progress review of projects implemented by the Ministry of Science and Technology this year and the preliminary budget discussions for 2027. During the meeting, the financial progress of projects implemented under local and foreign funding by 14 institutions under the Ministry of Science and Technology was reviewed. Special attention was also given to the projects of the National Engineering Research and Development Centre of Sri Lanka. The progress of research projects carried out under the experimental guidance of this institute, including the construction of elephant fences and low-cost, eco-friendly building construction, was also reviewed. Furthermore, the President highlighted the importance of establishing a special unit under the Ministry of Science and Technology to allocate necessary funds to research sectors under various other ministries. President Anurakumara Dissanayake pointed out that Sri Lanka's defence forces possess a high potential to operate globally as armed forces equipped with superior scientific and professional competence. The President emphasised that preparing them and providing the necessary facilities for the purpose is essential. President Anurakumara Dissanayake mentioned this while participating in the progress review of projects implemented by the Ministry of Defence this year and the preliminary budget discussions for 2027. The discussion was held yesterday at the Presidential Secretariat. The amount allocated to the Ministry of Defence for this year is 530 billion rupees.
Now, the Central Crime Investigation Bureau has reported facts to the court regarding the statement made by Sagara Karyavasa, General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, concerning the IGP. Now, the Kaduwala Magistrates Court ordered that a further investigation report must be submitted on the 24th of September. Approval has been granted for several requests made to the court by the Central Criminal Investigation Bureau regarding the relevant investigations. The Kaduwala magistrate has also ordered 6 media organizations to provide the police with unedited video footage of the statement made by Sagara Karyavasa at a press conference. Meanwhile, several Buddhist monks lodged a complaint with the Central Criminal Investigation Bureau today, calling for legal action to be taken against Sagara Karyavasa.
Minister Attorney at Law Harshan Nanakar said that the investigation committee report on the incident occurred at the Negombo prison has been directed to President Anurakumara Dissanayake. The minister revealed this fact in Parliament today. Minister Attorney at Law Harshan Nanakar stated that 10 prison officers had died and 21 had been injured during the incident in Negombo. He mentioned that a certain sum of money had already been provided to them, and in addition the President had appointed a committee. He explained that while standard public administration circulars already provided compensation schemes for those killed or injured in the line of duty, the newly appointed committee was tasked with establishing criteria for further compensation, welfare matters, pensions, outstanding loan issues, as well as compensation guidelines for the injured and fully disabled. He added that those compensation funds would be disbursed to them very quickly once decided by the committee. He further stated that 22 inmates had died and 106 inmates had been injured in the conflict, which had occurred during a clash between two groups. However, he noted that investigations were ongoing to determine whether any other wrongdoing had occurred beyond that. He mentioned that the report of the Presidential Investigative Committee regarding the matter had already been submitted to the President. Additionally, he noted that the Criminal Investigation Department and the Department of Prisons were carrying out further investigations and that several suspects had already been taken into custody in connection with the offence.
Now, Ministers Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa and Harshana Nanayakkara today visited the Archbishop of Colombo, His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjith. The meeting took place in order to enlighten the specific reforms process to be implemented in the future and present activities in the judiciary and prison sector. The meeting was held at the Colombo Archbishop Diocese House. The main objective of the meeting was to present factual information since certain persons are trying to propagate false information in the society regarding the present activities in the judicial and prison sector. The two ministers enlightened Archbishop of Colombo, His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjith, regarding reforms to be implemented in the future, as well as positive steps taken by the government by now in order to further strengthen the people's trust in the judiciary, as well as to provide solutions to present challenges existing in this sector. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa added that the discussion was held only regarding the presented 22nd Amendment of the Constitution, the amendment to the Judicature Act and the ongoing optimization process of the judicial system that is important to the public. Mr. Harshana Nanayakkara pointed out that he and Minister Nalinda had clarified the facts, to which His Eminence Cardinal listened very attentively and inquired about certain matters, which they also explained. He further mentioned that the fundamental point conveyed by His Eminence was the need to act in the best interest of the country, make the courts efficient and undertake every action beneficial to the public. He added that His Eminence briefed him and blessed their efforts regarding the welfare measures outlined in their policy manifesto, consistently maintaining the stance that discussions should always be made strictly considering the people's perspective only.
The Department of Meteorology says that showers or thunder showers may occur in the western, Sabaragamuwa and northwestern provinces and in the Kandy, Nuwara, Galle and Mathura districts tomorrow time to time. Skies may remain cloudy in those areas and over 100 millimeters of heavy rain may experience in those areas except the northwestern province. Showers and thunder showers may experience in several places in the Ampara, Patikalo and Monragala districts tomorrow after 2 p.m. Department further says the sea areas off the coast from Colombo to Hambantota, where Galle will also have showers or thunder showers. Wind speed may increase up to 60 to 70 km per hour in the sea areas of the coastal belt, stretching from Mathura to Puthuville via Hambantota. These sea areas can be rough at times. Therefore, the department informs the naval and fishing communities to refrain from sail in those sea areas until further notice. Director General of the Meteorology Department Ajit Vijaymanas said they expected that situation to continue through the end of September and added that they anticipated an increase in rainy conditions over the next 2 or 3 days. All schools controlled under the Hatton Education Office were opened again today. These schools remain closed for 3 days due to rain. Director, Disaster Management Centre Pradeep Kodipilli said that the scholarship examination was scheduled to be held on the 9th of this month and the advanced level examination was scheduled to be held continuously starting from the 10th. He further mentioned that if any disaster situation arose, the Disaster Management Centre had prepared a plan to transport those children to their respective examination centres and to provide the necessary facilities accordingly. The concrete bridge over the Hangaranoya along the Navalapitiya to Inguroya New Village Road has collapsed by the heavy gush of water flow due to excessive rains experienced in the area. This has caused difficulties to about 350 families in the village. Part of vegetation grown on the peak of the Sripadaya close to the Nallathani road has fallen due to heavy rain causing disruption to the road. Nallathani police say that foreign and local tourists who travel to Sripadaya during the off-season are able to take the Ratnapura Sripada road through Indikatupana area. Senior scientist, National Building Research Organization Dr. Vasantha Senadira said that red notices regarding evacuation had been issued by the Disaster Management Centre for several divisional secretariat divisions. However, he noted that yesterday the warning was removed from those areas, but with the upcoming rainfall, a hazardous situation still persists to a certain extent. Taking these matters into account, he added that the landslide early warning statement issued for the day had been further extended. Norwood Highway Office says that the Wattavala-Rosella area along the Hatton-Colombo main road is under threat of subsiding due to prevailing heavy rains. Vehicular transport at this area limited to a single lane. Resident engineers of the Castlereagh and Moussa-Galle reservoirs say that the reservoirs have reached the spill level at present due to heavy rain experienced in the catchment areas. They inform the people living close to either banks of the Moussa-Galle reservoir to be vigilant over rising water level. Many small tanks in the Trincomalee district have withered due to drought, causing heavy impacts to animal husbandry, fishing industry and agriculture in the district. Getting into one of the top stories here, Rumesh Taranga has secured the first place in world rankings in the men's javelin throw event.
World Athletics Federation has published the latest list of rankings.
Meanwhile, Patiraga for his second.
During the recently concluded Commonwealth Games, skills shown by Rumesh Taranga has earned him the first place in the rankings. He was at second place before the Commonwealth Games. He won the gold medal in this year's Commonwealth Games, clearing a distance of 89.75 meters. He has also secured 1,354 points, also in the rankings. This has been the first occasion where an athlete of this country secured the first place. Julian Weber of Germany is in second place of the rankings and was in the first place in the list previously. Anderson Petters is in the third place. Javelin throw champion Rumesh Taranga cleared a distance of 92.62 meters at the Rome Diamond League Athletic Championship. The throw has been recorded as the 8th best in the history by an athlete in the world. Meanwhile, this has also been the best performance of an athlete this year. Rumesh Taranga won the national javelin throw record in 2025 with a distance of 86.50 meters. He has so far renewed his own national record on 7 occasions.
Historic CWG gold unleashed a monstrous career-defining throw of 89.75. Rumesh Taranga Patirage.
The southern city of Galle is one of Sri Lanka's most treasured destinations, where centuries of history meet breathtaking coastal scenery. But beyond its famous fort walls lies a living community that continues to preserve its unique cultural identity. Our New Zealand reporter Brie Ellen Harding takes us there.
Thousands of people pass through the streets of Galle Fort. Some come for the history, others for the ocean views, but together they keep one of Sri Lanka's most iconic landmarks alive.
Visitors from all around the world come not only to experience its colonial architecture, but to experience the relaxed coastal lifestyle that makes Galle unlike anywhere else in Sri Lanka.
Built by the Portuguese in the 16th century before being fortified by the Dutch, the UNESCO World Heritage Site has survived centuries of change, including the devastating 2004 tsunami. Today, its narrow cobblestone streets are home to colourful boutiques, cafes, museums and families who continue to call the fort home.
These people is ready to visit in this is the heritage in places, no? That's why people is more than is like to live here.
As Sri Lanka continues to welcome visitors from across the globe, Galle stands as a reminder that preserving history can also help shape the country's future.
For more than 400 years, Galle Fort has stood watch over Sri Lanka's southern coast. Today, it's a place where history continues to be lived, not just remembered. Brie Ellen Harding for Rupavahini from Galle Fort.
Minister Bimal Ratnayaka says that the general public will be permitted to refer to the declaration of assets and liabilities of people's representatives only according to the new Anti-Corruption Act. The use of other declarations of assets and liabilities to the public will be removed with the new amendment to the Act. The minister declared this in the Parliament today. Minister Bimal Ratnayaka said that the Anti-Corruption Act number 9 of 2023 was an enactment that brought about a massive transformation in the country. He explained that under sections 86 and 88 of the Act, top officials and political leaders were required to include their personal details in their assets and liabilities declaration. He noted that under the original law, approximately 300 individuals from the president downwards had to submit printed declarations of all their assets and liabilities. The minister further mentioned that the submission process was later amended to allow online electronic submissions. He explained that after transitioning to an electronic system, the scope expanded significantly to around 160,000 individuals as a result of the amendment. Addressing the Speaker of the Parliament, he highlighted that the public access provision of Anti-Corruption Act No. 9 of 2023, the public was granted the right to access and view the information submitted by all 160,000 individuals of the website. He described this as a major step forward to transparency and democracy. However, Minister Bimal Ratnayaka pointed out that this democratic measure was currently being abused to some extent by irresponsible individuals and media entities. He explained that these reports contain details not only of the declaration submitters but also of their children. The minister cited that past instances where declarations, including those of ministers, were taken due to open public access and distorted to make misleading claims regarding their wealth. He noted that while the act served noble intentions, it had also turned into an unnecessary intrusion into personal privacy. Consequently, he stated that the Anti-Corruption Commission had decided to amend the act. Minister Ratnayaka explained that the proposed amendment aimed to limit open public access to every detail published on the website. However, the minister emphasized that the government had decided that such activities restrictions should not apply to elected public representatives. Instead, the restrictions were intended for non-elected individuals, such as state officials, to protect their privacy during the amendment process. Finally, Minister Bimal Ratnayaka asked if members of Parliament, Mano Ganesan, agreed with this stance, affirming that it should remain as proposed, and noted that he believed the member had expressed agreement.
Minister Samantha Vidyaratna states that plans have been made to establish 250 king coconut villages next year. The minister made these remarks during an event held in the Palugaswev estate belonging to the Chilav Plantations Company. The distribution of tractors and agricultural equipment to all estate zones of Chilav Plantations Company took place under the patronage of Minister Samantha Vidyaratna. This event was held as a step in a series of programs aimed at enhancing productivity in the plantation industry, introducing modern technology and empowering the economy of the plantation community in line with the Rich Country Beautiful Life Policy Manifesto. During the ceremony, equipment including 45 tractors, 17 two-wheel tractors and 22 bowsers were distributed across 8 estate zones. The program aims to promote mechanization in the plantation sector, increase labor efficiency, improve production capacity and advance the plantation industry into the future using modern technology. Appointment letters were also presented to a group of new assistant estate superintendents and drivers.
The first stage of the third term of government and government-approved private schools will end tomorrow for Sinhala and Tamil schools. According to the Ministry of Education, Higher Education and Vocational Education, the school term for Muslim schools will end on the 2nd of next month. Second stage of the third term in all schools will commence on 7th Monday of this month. It will end on December 4th Friday, and the GCE Advanced Level 2026 examination will be conducted from 10th August to 5th September.
The Colombo Stock Exchange ended today's trading positively. The all-share price index closed at 21,269.67 after rising by 102.73 points, which represents a 0.49% change. We are moving into a short break and we'll bring you foreign news right after this. Welcome back, and on foreign news, the southwest monsoon is active across India, bringing heavy to extremely heavy rainfall, flash floods, localized disruptions and warning alerts for several regions. So far, 26 deaths have been reported due to floods, while around 18,000 people are living in camps. In the northern state of Himachal Pradesh, a national highway is blocked due to landslides caused by heavy overnight rain. The crucial highway connects the far-flung areas of the state to the border of Tibet. The northern states of Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand and Delhi NCR are experiencing active monsoon spells, accompanied by thunderstorms and lightning at some places. Moving towards the southern region, heavy rains continue to batter Kerala since August 1st and cause large-scale devastation. In the northeast and east India, the Indian Meteorological Department has issued red and orange alerts for extremely heavy downpours in Meghalaya and parts of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh with high flash flood risks.
Today is the 81st anniversary of the bombing of Hiroshima city in Japan by America. The main function was held today in the morning at the Hiroshima Memorial Park. It has been emphasized during the function that world leaders should take immediate steps to get rid of the use of nuclear weapons amidst the global tension prevalent now. More than 100,000 persons perished in the nuclear bomb attack on Hiroshima city around 8:15 a.m. on the 6th of August 1945. A 1-minute silence was observed in remembrance of this tragic moment, while members of the families of victims, world leaders and a number of foreign dignitaries joined it. Mayor of Hiroshima city, Kasumi Matsui, emphasized that the powerful states should immediately stop the usage of nuclear weapons as instruments of threat. Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi stated that the function that Japan will continuously dedicate for the purpose of creating a world minus nuclear weapons as the only country which underwent a nuclear attack. She reaffirmed that Japan will further safeguard its non-nuclear policies. Issuing a special message, the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, pointed out this as well.
Welcome back, and we are going to bring you the sports news. The Jaffna Kings team qualified for the final of the Lanka Premier League T20 cricket tournament yesterday. They achieved this by defeating the Galle Gladiators by 14 runs in the first qualifier match. All matches of the tournament can be watched live on ChannelEye. The match took place at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. The Galle Gallants won the toss and invited the Jaffna Kings to bat first. Consequently, the Jaffna Kings scored 242 runs for the loss of 2 wickets in their 20 overs. This set a record for the highest team total in the history of the Lanka Premier League T20 tournament. Kamil Mishara played a magnificent innings, successfully scoring his maiden T20 century yesterday. He scored an unbeaten 108 of 55 balls, an innings that included 10 fours and 7 sixes. Kawalcha Nafai scored 54 runs and Tawfeed Hurdoy remained unbeaten on 54. In the bowling department, Akif Javed on the Colombo or the Galle Marvels claimed a wicket. Chasing a target of 243, the Galle Marvels could only manage 228 for 8 in their 20 overs. Sam Harper scored 44 runs, Chamika Karunaratne scored 39 runs and Captain Dasun Shanaka scored 34 runs. In the bowling department, Mohammad Shiraz claimed 3 wickets and Lizard Williams took 2 wickets for the Jaffna Kings. This marks the 5th time the Jaffna Kings have qualified for the final in the history of the Lanka Premier League T20 cricket tournament. Meanwhile, the Colombo Caps team qualified yesterday for the second match to determine a finalist by defeating the Kandy Royals by 68 runs. Consequently, the Kandy Royals were eliminated from the tournament. The match took place at the R. Premadasa Cricket Stadium. Having won the toss, the Colombo Caps elected to bat first and scored 203 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in their 20 overs. Ben McDermott scored 71 runs while James Neesham remained unbeaten on 42. In the bowling department, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Nuan Tushara and Zahir Khan each claimed 2 wickets for the Kandy Royals. Chasing a target of 204 runs, the Kandy Royals were bowled out for 135 in 18.4 overs. Lahiru Igalagamage scored 50 runs and Pawan Sandesh scored 21. In the bowling department, Shanwaz Dani, Mujibur Rahman, Vanuja Sahan, Malsha Tharupati and Milan Ratnayaka each claimed 2 wickets for the Colombo Caps. Consequently, the Colombo Caps are set to play the second qualifier match against the Galle Gallants tomorrow for a spot in the final.
Well, that was a look at the news here at Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. I'm Siobhan, together with Natalia. Wish you a pleasant evening and a great week ahead.